Hey folks, Trent here from Alpha Kettlebell Workout, and just wanted to share with you a quick little fix for some back stuff that I kind of had flare up last week. Actually, flared up not from doing something stupid in the gym, which is maybe counter to what you might expect, but actually had a little bit of a cold and was coughing in the line. I think it was because I was actually coughing in a relaxed state, but I kind of slid some stuff around. I usually have some go-to stuff that I usually do when that, and I'm going to show you those, and I kind of have those three already in place. But I picked up a fourth one, just happenstance looking at some Kelly Starrett stuff the other day for a client, but also kind of was stumbled into that and kind of looked at how to floss and reset the hip, and it actually worked really good, like almost instantaneous like relief for me. So it was really cool. But I'm going to show you my base ones from the beginning, and then I'm going to finish off the one that was kind of the aha moment from last week. Hopefully it helps you. Basically we're going to work on a combination of kind of mobility stuff with some activation stuff, getting that posterior chain glutes kind of firing and locked in to help kind of support that low back area, and then to kind of mobilize T-spine and also that hip kind of junction. So one of my go-to that I've been using for a bit of time, if anything ever shows up, is just, I call it a rotator. There's a lot of people that do other stuff, but this is the rotator. You go into push-up position. I'm going to show you on the near side here, but you're going to want to do both sides. I'm actually going to move this mat out of the way so you can see better. So here, I'm just going to move this foot forward and outside the hand to whatever the best position is going to be. A lot of people that are really stiff are going to kind of move up and wide like such. You want to be pretty close and forward, kind of get gripping to that hand. My trail knee is bent and in line. I'm firing that backside glute. What I'm going to do is drop the hips. I'm going to pry this near side hip open, but then the most important part is I'm going to create that T-spine extension. Boom, I'm pushing, I'm kind of digging into these external hip rotators. A little hold here. We're active on that down arm on the lat, so we're really doing some nice, good shoulder activation work actually there too. And then back. What I usually do is just about 3 of those. Nice and tall, really extend the chest, dropping into these external hip rotators on the near side, firing the glute. So that's one. Second one is from Josh actually, Ultimate Sandbag. Just have a core bag. You don't need a heavy bag. If you only happen to have a heavy bag, that's cool. But here's what it looks like. You're going to take your smaller bag. Either a power or a core works just fine. You're going to grab your end cap handles. We're going to get active. I'm actually going to show you from profile again. You actually want active toes, nice and tall. So that's going to help tie in this, because this is one of those activation drills, kind of getting this stuff tight. But we're also working on loosening up that linkage to the T-spine. That's a really big connection. So here, nice and tall. And I'm just going to create windows. If you've done halos with kettlebell before, very similar. I kind of call it handing off though, right? So I'm handing off that load side to side up through my upper back. Well, my lower body's still doing work, but it's static work underneath. You should be able to see a little kind of crease in clothing right here if you're looking at folks. So, this is just like a full kneeling around the world, nice and active. So those hip flexors that always get a little bit flary if you have back stuff, usually, at least for me anyway, going on. Boom, it's nice, and so this is a very slow drill. Hang out in the back here with the extension, right? Don't flare the elbows wide. Come around. Fantastic drill to get things kind of fired up. Great dynamic drill. Last one, I don't do very much kettlebell swings. One of the things that I've done with kettlebell swings ever since we were doing strongman back in like 2007 was I've always used it kind of as a neurological activation drill. It's rarely inserted into primary portions of the workout, but activation drill, just nice, simple, 2-hand swings. You don't want to, especially if you're like a little dicey, at least for me, you don't want to have to be super focused on the load. You just want to be able to kind of rhythm, some good technique, some good activation. So nice good stance, right? Nice and tall, come up to that position and just working on, boom, getting those hamstrings. Maybe a couple sets of 10, maybe one set of 15. That's what I usually My last one kind of comes from the kettlebell world a little bit. This is where I first heard about it. We use it a lot with the Ultimate Sandbag. It's classic Cossack squat. If you're really feeling tweaky, I actually did this. We went on actually a plane flight last week and it was still like a little bit there. It actually kind of moved around. I actually used like the edge of a wall in a hotel room to help me kind of center. But it's kind of a resetting. So you got the complex here, right? You got your hip flexors, iliacus, stuff like that. So as coming down, then you got that QL. So this is that, boom, you'll see what I mean in just a second. So step, hinge right into this, Cossack squat, boom, we got to have that active toe again, just like we had in that full kneeling around the world. Boom, we're going to prime that position, right? So I'm not rolling on my ankle, still staying active here, push. So this is where you might need some support and you kind of, boom, center down into that. This is actually the one, like I literally got like an audible reset. You could actually hear it. I think it might actually be there. No, it's not there, so it's cleaned up. Back feels actually fantastic today. So boom, but just that reset prying. You're gonna get that, all that flossing down through here, loosened up, opens up that hip that I think might have kind of got closed or maybe spasm closed because of the kind of response to being a little tweaky back there. So those are the 4 drills that work fantastic for me. They're my go-to drills. I use them a lot, especially that rotator drill, and I'll definitely be putting the Cossacks in. And the full kneeling around the world I use pretty regular, but those 2 drills will definitely become key parts. Rotator already is. Cossacks will be just for keeping all that stupid away. So talk to you soon on this side. Hopefully any or all of these drills help you out in the future. Have a good one.